Mojang has just released the first gameplay of their new standalone title, Minecraft Dungeons, an all-new action-adventure game inspired by classic dungeon crawler games. My name is Nixon, and today we'll pick apart the trailer scene by scene and look at every major feature showcased in Minecraft Dungeons. As soon as the trailer loads up, we get a look at our very first dungeon boss. He's definitely nasty and definitely out to kill you. The trailer continues with a shot of a minecart passing by. After watching the whole trailer, there is still a question if you are able to ride these minecarts. This next shot gives us a glance at three different things, the first being this crazy skeleton army. The army seems to be led by a skeleton riding on a skeleton horse. Possibly could be a commander of the Arch-Illager army. Speaking of the Arch-Illager, he can be seen sitting on a throne waving some sort of staff. Minecraft has many different mobs, and some of these are returning. During this scene, we get our first look at zombies and creepers appearing in Minecraft Dungeons. After setting the stage, we get our first look at gameplay. With a shock to many, Mojang is going with a top-down perspective instead of a first-person one. We get our first look at a player using the fishing rod item that pulls enemies close for an easy sword slash that takes care of the enemy. Right after, the player takes out his bow, giving us a glance at range combat. One of the enemies the player takes out could be a new enemy that we have not seen before. However, spiders will be returning with a ranged attack they did not have before in Minecraft. After a few more shots of gameplay, we get our first look at the character menu. In this menu, we have many different things, the first one being equipment slots. A player has 5 equipment slots with what looks to be 1 armor slot, 1 slot for a primary weapon, 1 slot for a secondary weapon, and 3 item slots. On the bottom right hand side of the screen, the player possesses some enchantments. How they play into the game is yet to be seen. Above the primary weapon slot, we have the player's level, and above that is the amount of emeralds the player has gathered on their adventure. As the trailer continues, the player swaps his sword out with the Great Hammer. The Great Hammer displays its power and special ability called Great Splash, giving us a hint that stronger weapons could have special abilities associated to them. The Great Hammer is put into action in this next scene. The player gives us a look into the hammer's possible basic attack, a downward smash. After the combat, we see that the player has discovered a room with a secret compartment that contains a treasure chest. More combat is shown in this scene, but once the player lands a downward smash, it unleashes a lightning ability that will also electrocute nearby enemies close to the initial strike. A couple of these nearby enemies are familiar Minecraft mobs, the cave spiders and the vindicators. In another room, the player is timing their moves, trying to avoid the traps being showcased. Shortly after avoiding the traps, the player pulls up our first look at the in-game map for Minecraft Dungeons. We get another look at the character menu screen showcasing the corrupted beacon item. Not only that, but this item also requires souls the player needs to gather from killing enemies. We see the corrupted beacon in action when the player uses it against some enemies. However, in the background, we see a familiar friendly face from Minecraft, the villagers. Unfortunately for one player, the dungeons were just too much. Luckily, they were able to be revived by their teammate within the game. 2 more of the player's friends run into the screen to confirm 4-player co-op. After the 4 players are shown running over and under a bridge, we get shown a living key that is sleeping. However, the key is woken up by being picked up by a player and used to unlock a door. The next room shows the players fighting our first look at a swarm of enemies comprised of zombies and skeletons. Players are obtaining souls from killed enemies while being protected by a magic ability that looks to be shielding the players that are inside the radius of the shield. Our final character menu screen of the trailer shows us the Tasty Bones item that summons a wolf to fight for you. Not only that, but this item has a 30-second cooldown, confirming some items will have a player wait to use the item again. The last new information on the character menu screen is the player will be able to summon an iron golem to fight for you using a certain item. Right after the character screen, we get gameplay footage of the iron golem and wolf in action taking out enemies. Yet another mob from Minecraft, the Witch, takes on some of the players in this battle. A player is shown doing a new combat attack, a rolling smash attack, devastating a few enemies. In this next shot, you could easily miss the armored enemies that are showcased. It's a small detail but shows enemies will get tougher to defeat. Players may have an answer to the armored enemies with this explosive item, TNT. Another unknown magic attack is showcased next, but in the background is another familiar enemy, the slime. With the trailer coming to a close, we get another look at the dungeon boss surrounded by a massive swarm of enemies. The gameplay ends with the boss doing its downward smash attack. Minecraft Dungeons has the Game Guru team excited for its release in spring 2020. While dungeon crawlers aren't new to video game fans, they are new to the Minecraft universe and could open up new opportunities for fans and players alike. But as always, we want to know what you think about Minecraft Dungeons. Let us know in the comments section below, and remember, you can always join me and the rest of the Game Guru team on Discord to keep the conversation going after the video is over. Thanks for watching, and remember, my name is Nixon, and together with the Game Gurus, we can strive to reach the next level.